And, of course, this is your new president, right? This is Biden at his best. Now, he was interviewed by Lester Holt, and you got to love this guy's command of geopolitics, especially when we've got so much going on around the world right now. We got to pull out from Afghanistan, which was an abject failure, a complete disaster, and everybody knows it. Again, anybody with a working brain who's applying their thoughts to the information that's coming in can see that was a complete disaster, and it didn't have to be like that, right? Now we've got what's going on with Ukraine, which is somebody just keeps beating the war drums. Go to war, go to war, go to war with Russia. I mean, could you think of a worse idea than going to war with a nuclear power right now? I mean, that seems like something we ought to be proud of trying to avoid, if it's at all possible to avoid war. Meanwhile, this is the guy with his finger supposedly on the trigger. Let's hear what he thinks about some of these countries, or maybe he doesn't even know what these countries are.
And there was no way we were ever going to unite Ukraine. Iraq, Afghanistan. No way that was going to happen.
You got to love this guy. There was no way we were ever going to unite Ukraine. Iraq, Afghanistan. Oh, yeah.
One of the three.
Well, one of the three. Just keep guessing. Just keep on guessing. Next, we would have heard Mexico and then Canada. Guy has no idea what he's saying, right? He's just kind of out of it. Now, here's another one that is a little clip from him, and this will have to be it for today for This Is Your President because we're running out of time. But here's another little clip. Now, I thought this was great because there's a couple of things that Biden does in this clip. One, he demonstrates his omniscience. He knows, he literally knows everything. He knows what he's thinking. He knows what you're thinking. He knows what you think about what he's thinking. And I just think that's great. This guy knows so much because that's what you want in a president, right, is somebody who's on top of things. And the other thing that this little clip is this is a complete speech encapsulated in about 10 seconds. And you got to love that. I mean, you know, brevity is the soul of wit, right? And this guy surely is brief here. He doesn't even want to get going.
I don't want to get going because I keep you here too long because you know all what I've said, and you know what I've done, and you know what we're doing, and I know what you're doing. Let me close with this.
He doesn't want to get going because he'll have to keep us here too long. Because you all know what what I've said, and you know what I've done, and you know what we're doing, and I know what you're doing. So let me close with this.
A lot of knowledge there.
I hope Russia doesn't listen to this show.
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine that Chairman Xi is shaking in his boots when he thinks about taking Taiwan. Japan, right? He's not worried at all. Biden doesn't even know where he is. But he knows what you're thinking, and you know what he's done, and you know what he's thinking. Well, folks, that's your president right there. And what a leader of the free world have we got. I mean, aren't you proud of that? Aren't you proud of your president? Mm-hmm. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard. And if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.